We are delighted to welcome Anna Maggi in the Art Therapy Congress. Anna is an artist and visual facilitator whose work explores the deep connection between emotion, the body, and visual expression. While she is not a therapist, her approach is very relevant to our theme of relationship and emotional awareness. Anna often works in collaboration with therapists, leading workshops or group sessions where her artistic practice is combined with therapeutic guidance. This allows participants to explore emotion and share experiences in a safe and creative environment. Her method, called Visual Sensing, is a somatic art practice that makes invisible feeling and atmosphere visible through abstract painting. By listening deeply with her body and intuitions, she captures the subtle energy of a group or moment, turning it into a visual representation that supports reflection, connection, and understanding. In this interview, we will explore how Anna approaches bridge heart, emotion, body, and awareness, and how much so creative method can enrich our understanding of relationship and emotional intelligence. Enjoy. Can you tell us what first drew you to explore the connection between emotions, body, and heart?
Mm. So, so actually, it's really like I think that something that will help us, like help me to start, is really the word emotion. Like it's kind of there is already the concept of movement, no, in the word emotion somehow, and for me, um, it was really something that was missing, how to um, express and paint and mm, visualize emotion, and I did it through movement. So by moving my body, by connecting with my body, I became able to connect more with my emotion and to paint more the emotion. So first of all, I started with my emotion, and then I trained, and then now what I'm doing mainly is painting the emotion of other situations. So, and here we start to talk like about the relationship, not that they are the emotion in a group of people or in a situation. So it's really about the being able to connect with your body, and I connect with my body and with the intuition that comes in my body through movement.
Yeah, and this connecting and relation between you and your body, your emotion and how it's look like, and after further, the connection between you and other people, and
Mm.
yeah, so yeah, your body, the body of other people, and the emotion of other people. So it's and the color. So it's a big relation nest. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, if we think about it, we are always like what I say also when I teach a little bit this method. When you are in your daily life, when you move, even without speaking, your body is talking all the time. You are all the time communicating your emotion, and so um, it's so important to be more in contact with it and to be more aware of um, of our embodied emotion.
Do you have a moment when you realize um, this creating could reveal something about physical or emotion or experience in body? How it was always there? You come on the world like that, or you have sometime really feel something? So, oh, Oh, you know what I mean? Well,
Yeah.
mm,
No, no, of course it came maybe when I was born, like when I was a child, maybe was everything clear. And then like somehow as we say, no, the kids knows everything that then we forget, no? And I think somehow is like this for majority of us and also for me for sure. So to remember how to be in contact with my body, I did a lot of um, um, yeah, mm, training and like from like from more bioenergetic like I was interested in bioenergetic massage, craniosacral, and then technique of movement like social presence in theater, and other movement technique that really helped me to connect my art, so painting and the technique of painting, with something beyond. And with what I was, I think, like at a certain point of my life, I was stuck, I was stopped by my brain. So, and I realized that what I was creating, also in terms of art, was under a layer. Like was, yeah, there was my brain that was suggesting, that thing should have that kind of shape, or that that thing should have that kind of color. Instead, now I connecting with my body and connecting with the more with the emotion and with the feeling. I create something that is more, let's say, more direct, more pure. And this I see it also because um, the participant, the people that see my work, they really connect. Like, and they can connect with what was happening inside of them, or what was happening while they were living that specific situation in my painting. Even if they were saying house, I was not painting a house, but like I was, yeah, and yeah. So I hope that I was answering your question.
yeah, I think I really understand what you mean. Maybe to be um, because yeah, sometimes some people say things like you now, and I said, oh, I really understand because I feel that and I live the same, but maybe not. And maybe other people that listen to us don't understand. When you say you don't want to draw a house, but it's a house, do you mean you are connect with your body and you just do something and after it's appear?
So basically, what I do is I paint live during meeting, or during events, or during circles, or during in a situation, during us sharing. And I don't paint what I see or what people say, but I paint what I feel is emerging. And this I call visual sensing. So and to paint what I feel is emerging, I connect with a movement. Um, and so I start from the movement, that is suggested to me, like by the situation. So is a kind of a synesthetic approach. Like I hear and I see, and then I feel a movement, and then from this movement to, like, I follow the movement, and I recreate the movement on paper, and then also color comes. And so when I say that, if they say house, I don't paint a house, like is that maybe what comes to me is this. And so I reproduce this movement on the canvas. Um, yeah, and this is really a training. I've trained this also. Yeah, there are many movement technique that helps you to train this kind of synesthetic approach. I think like you hear something and then you answer with a movement. And is another form of expression, communication. And for me, this is connected also with, like in visual sensing, this is also connected with the image. So you listen then, and you listen with your full body presence. Then then you connect with the movement, or with the intuition, with the movement, and then the movement, you translate the movement on the canvas in an image. Yeah.
We will speak a little bit further about the method or the visual sensing that you I don't know how to say it, that you put on in the world. But
Yeah.
before, can you? So when you said first, I listen with my body.
So,
Can Is it like that? That drawing comes after? Maybe it's not the most important first. First is to listen and the connection with the world, with you, with your body and your sensation.
yes, I first there is listening, no, and of course we think we listen just with our ears or like but it's not true. We listen with our whole body, and even if we don't name it so much, when you listen, and there is, for example, like you have a lot of body response, no, or like there is, and you can and we learn. So in our society, we learn a lot how to try to minimize this body reaction, no? Maybe just a little expression, because you should not react with and you should not react with so much, but I try to instead connect a lot with what is suggested with my body, like the reaction. And this is another language, and it's so it's mm, yeah, it's uh, connecting with and then like my answer is not in the with voice, but is with a shape. And I found out that this is the way to connect with another layer of understanding. um, at the beginning, I was really surprised, and I was not really believing in what I was really creating. No, but it's a lot. Because it was also surprising for me. But the more I do it, the more it's just so simple. It's so simple, but it takes a lot of practice.
Do you have one moment, or maybe like something you can explain us? Because I know on the journey, sometimes we just like, oh, what am I doing? When you say, oh, I'm not sure it's a good way, and maybe, or I'm sure you have many different experiences that, oh, that was so great, and you go further and, oh, that was so amazing, and so can you tell us one thing you remember now and said, oh, I just want to tell you I do that, and it's that happened, and it was so great.
Mm. Um, so I have many of these inside. Maybe like first of all, I have been testing this method quite a lot, and because I also wanted to be, yeah, to understand better what was happening in the people, and like if this was um, if it was really working or not. And it's always an open, it's. But it happened to me many times that, and I remember especially one time some years ago when I was beginning, and I remember that I started to paint um, um, in green. And maybe I'm saying this because today but at the time I was not using green so much. And I said, Mamma mia, like this. Yeah. And then I started to do circular structure in green, in green, in green. And then at the end, the person with whom I was connecting, she told me that actually, like her surrounding, her main topic was really about this. Um, yeah, like that, like she was in a space that was with a green sofa and a lot of, but I didn't see anything, no. And this was um like her um yeah, her environment, and where she was, like what was really her topic, what was really her topic about. So so this is a really a little insight, but that you can kind of is another language to understand things, and somehow uh, you get information from the your body. It's connects to other level of what is happening. um yeah, so this is a little uh a little example, to not go into. I have many more examples that are, yeah, maybe a little bit more private, or yeah, really really touching, and I think that I'm not sure if I can share them. Like this is was a little bit a bit more on the surface.
Okay.
um yeah, but there were a lot of really touching moment where I, at the end, because at the end of my session, um the participant look at the image and they say what they see in the image, and like it's incredible what they say that they see, and I don't know, and many times these are really really deep things that then I often work with um, coaches or psychologists, and then they take over and they connect more with this part that is not my yeah, my expertise.
Yeah.
So I shared what I felt that was okay to share.
Yeah, thank you. And when I heard in your sharing, it's um, when you trust yourself, your body, your impulse, what you heard when you listen, so not just with word, but what you feel, and it's allowed you to connect with people, with world, with everything, and in a deeper layer where something appear, so you didn't think about or you didn't know, but something appear, and it's just uh, perfect. Not the
Yes,
word, but yeah, in relation. Um, it's not like you, but we speak last time when we meet online about it. But maybe another example in the same way. When I do my practicum, my when beginning to work as house therapist, I was in psychiatry, and it was the first time in the group, and I just have to look. I don't was there to work. I was there to look. So I just do with water. I draw with water, and I don't
Mm.
take care what I was drawing, and I was really listening what's happened around me. And there was a woman. She was really like angry and it's not fair like that. And I draw, and I don't care about what I'm drawing, and it was very interesting. And at the end of the session, the therapist, "Oh, are you okay? Was everything for you okay?" And me, "Wow, yeah, it was okay. I love it." And I look what I was on my paper, and there was a dragon sparking fire. But I never think to draw a dragon with fire or really angry. It just happened. So I think
Yeah,
it's so yeah, it's small things, but yeah,
of
it's
course.
mm,
Uh, yeah, if I can say, like, I think everyone can connect um, with this quality that we all have, no? And it's not something strange. It's not something supernatural. It's just another, yeah, some quality that we have and we don't train so much. So it's a little bit more difficult to I awaken them. Um, but then it's so powerful to uh, yeah, and it's also so important because um, in terms of relationship, this can help people to go beyond a lot of judgment and like mm, pre- mm, um, concept that they thought that were always like this, and so like maybe um you know, changing point of view somehow. And yeah, and it starts from our body, I think.
mm, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's reconnect for me with ah, I I have to find the word in English, but I come from theater, and when we go back in theater stories far, far away, theater, and I think every art was there like a medicine, or to yeah to show people emotion or situations that they are not able to face or to look, or like a therapy. So it's a place where you can face your own emotion, and it's resonate what you share in this way, that um, when you feel for others and you allow them
Mm,
to see.
mm,
Mm.
mm. See, and I feel really to be this kind of mm, person in between, you know, like an artist, you know, like make visible. I say also like I paint emotional landscape because like you can paint natural landscape, you can paint, and what I put is like what I paint is emotional landscape, and then you and I don't paint. The detail, but I paint the panorama. I paint what I feel it's emerging from a situation, no? And like when you look at a landscape and you see all the colors and like the maybe the skyline that is merging, so it's create other kind of I- shapes. I paint that, but the emotion, and yeah, and then there are other professional that then use this or like to go beyond if they want, no?
Yeah.
Um, so this is, I feel like, what is my mission.
That's nice. And it's a deep relation with you, and it's relate with all the world. So I I heard in what you said, most you listen to you, most you're able to listen to the world.
Hmm. Yes. I think that mm, yesterday I was talking with someone, and she told me like that the artist needs to first to learn how to um, paint, how to draw its own hand before drawing the rest. And then, if I remember, like at my art school, we like for 1 year, we were painting our own hand. And this made so much sense, like, and because, and then like we can go beyond this concept and then go to like more large concept where you say peace in yourself, peace in the world. No, this is Thich Nhat Hanh. So and it's like this: when you are in, you first need to be in contact with yourself and know how to listen to your body, and then you can um, you can you can connect and you can spread, and these are many concepts all in one, but I think that they are all connected. And um, and so yes, actually this is what helped me to mm, so I don't paint um, what I see, but I am a kind of, I try to be more realistic as possible, like a painter that wants to paint a landscape, no? So I don't paint my face, or I don't paint, but like I connect with, like I try to be a bridge to this emotion. But
You're
of course,
perfect.
there is my own way of
Yeah,
painting.
you're perfect in the congress, in the summit. When you are a bridge, you are a connection. So you have to be with us. Yeah. uh, and that and you put the name of how you work. Visual sensing is what you described since the beginning. So to listen to your body and uh, to put this landscape on the paper. That's visual sensing.
Yes, so visual sensing is this method that I put together, and I call it like this. So it's listening um, to like listening with our whole body presence, uh, and then um, make a movement, and this movement become a colorful gesture on the paper. And visual sensing, um, the, it helps to paint the emotional landscape of a situation. So, or paint the, like in theory, you would say the emerging future, or paint what um, it's not is maybe in between. Also, another word that is used a lot in theory, you in presence, social presence theater, and but also in the Japanese culture, not this ma, that is the space in between two words, not the silence. And visual sensing is really taking all these and trying to and trying to give it an image. And what is for me what is quite important is to try to not paint figuratively and not use words. So these are two like so because at least for this, in the future, I don't know, but what will come. But at the moment, I'm quite. It's a matter still in development. But for the moment, what I think it's a fundament. It's and I have, yeah. It's to sometimes some figurative shape they will come, okay, but to really try to disconnect house from house, shape of a house and word of a house, and to not write the word that the people are saying, because I would like to really give another layer.
Mhm. Yeah, and it's what I heard in your word. This is connect with my body and just follow and try to. We have many ideas. Many. I have to do that. I don't have to do that. I must do. And so it's okay. How I can train to follow. So maybe I don't know. This in between. It's what I feel and somewhere I'm better with the movement than with the words. Is it
Perfect.
like that when you draw?
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Is
Yeah.
um, there is often it's a kind of a little dance. So sometimes in some context I move more, in other context I can move also very little. But is exactly how we were saying at the beginning, not that we maybe sometimes we would want to answer with big gesture, and but then we know also how to minimize this gesture, but the emotion of this gesture stays within, no. So what I do is, like, I start with a moment of a moment of stillness, and then a gesture comes, and um, yeah. Often I start with painting with two hands, but it's not always like this. But the bilateral drawing is really helping me sometimes to um, to cut from the from the more cognitive moment, or like where, for example, maybe I was introducing what I'm going to do and something, and then to enter in this space where I'm just a painter, where I'm just a so and so, yeah, like, and then there is a movement, and then after that I start to mm, I start to listen. It's really similar, like when there is like this graphic recorder, they call it like this, like they paint what they listen and what they hear, but they paint figuratively. I try to listen, like, what, like the emotions, so not like beyond, but I basically I they somehow the concept is similar, so they don't paint what they think, they don't draw or like what they think, they stick to the conversation, no. And I do the same, but I paint what I feel,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
feel.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, and it's a process to feel. Ah, sometimes in our life we are like freeze in our body, and so
Mhm.
there are no movement, and so we listen, but there are no movement because we are like freeze, and so
Yeah.
it's a way to okay, to be free, and after I can listen, and it's happened something because I let my body free, you know.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Um, it's uh, it's really also connected with be energetic or Saka, when I said that this technique were really helping me a lot, no? Because when you have a pain in your body, often like that there is a stuck there, no? And when the movement come again, and when someone helps you to move it, or you start then to move it yourself in a gentle way at the beginning, but is movement. It's a big medicine, and it's a big way to like. It's also another way to talk, no? Like to going from a movement to another movement, also to listen and to uh, 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 change the way in which we see what we are. um yeah, what change the way in which we see the world somehow. Like if you change your movement, if you change the way in which you move yourself, and often we concentrate a lot in changing how we think, but not so much how we move.
Mm.
And for me, the key was starting from my body, because like really, like I was trying to it was a long time that I was searching to be a good painter of emotion. And but always I was like I was not satisfied, because like I was my painting was speaking to me but not so much to the others. And then when I found this way of connecting with the movement, yeah,
Magical.
it was really surprisingly simple.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just,
Yeah,
I think, uh, I think it's actually they're simple, but it's so simple that
yeah,
we put the thing very difficult. Yeah.
yes,
Mm. Yeah. Uh, at how do you do? How do yeah? Do you do not to be afraid from this simplicity? Because sometimes it's so simple there.
yeah. Um, so, hmm. Uh, because there are two layers, I think. One is to when something is so simple, it's more difficult to explain it. And then, like, I'm more afraid of the judgment of the others, because when I'm trying to explain what I do, uh, yeah, that's it. Immediately you see the reaction of the other. What she's saying, you know. But then, like, how I do, like, is to show. So when I'm doing that, and when people like that, or yeah, when I'm doing that, or when people are to experiencing it, it's really, there is a big wow moment, because then you feel it's so real. And I think like that is also a little bit like meditation. When you talk about meditation, I say, what is that? No, like, also for me, the first time that I was hearing this concept, all these, yeah, staying in silence, for example, or like, also just like a movement exercise, or just that. Yeah, and then you try and you feel the transformative power in it. Um, and so I often hear this from my teacher, like they say, let's not talk so much, let's do. And then we will explain later. And I do often like this because I also guide workshop, like just to let people experience what what is to listen to yourself and paint, because like then there is like different layer than being able to paint what you feel the other are feeling. You need a lot of training, but then like feeling yourself and painting, I think everyone can approach to do it. And then I always say that we will talk about it later. Often at the end of the workshop, there are not so many questions, because it's so clear. You feel it's like it's so clear. Yeah. And I hope I answered your question.
I like your answer, so it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, mm. And yeah, that's a gift in art or drawing, because we can see what we feel. You know, it's what you said at the beginning. You want to put your emotion visible, and
Mhm.
so when we draw what we feel, so we can see it after. So
Yes, 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 yes. And this is, I I think that is a great tool to then start to this process of reintegration. So, like you see what you feel, and then um, you can start to connect with it. And I believe that in art therapy, you are master on this, not to connect with a drawing and then starting from that a conversation to deeper layer. Um, and of course, drawing have a super powerful um, uh, quality of helping you to visualize something that is inside. And what I do, like when I do the workshop, is really to guiding the people in not draw something, but move, like connecting to the movement, w- like I say, what your body wants to do. Like connect with what your body wants to do. And then from that is coming a movement. And from the movement, it's coming like leave a visible trace of your movement. And from there is um, then they can connect with with what that movement, that sign wanted to tell them. Um, yeah.
mhm. Which kind of people come to you to do this workshop? Um,
Um, Mainly women. Yeah. Because I think that this is, um, unfortunately, because I think like I'm really trying to connect more with also male, because I think that it's so important that this go back to drawing. It's a collective, like it's not just for one gender. But I have to say that my public is mainly see female and mothers, or see people that want some moment for themselves and just to relax, and they don't like, for example, in my workshop they come more to have a moment, of relaxing, of connection, of joy, of also fun. Um, because we dance also. But I like that you can reach deep level even when you have fun, and then when you know. So I think that my uh, yeah, what I would love to bring more, it's more connection, and more um, more connection with our emotion, and more connection uh, through drawing, and through this kind of drawing that helps you to widen relationship, and widen your point of view. And like, in fact, for example, now I'm trying to create couple workshop, but not it's not therapy at all. It's just a moment to have fun with and drawing into, and have a conversation with drawing, like not to talk, but to
Mhm.
to draw together. And I think that we need a lot this kind of um fun and deep moment in which to have um to be connected, for I see, without yeah without needing to mm,
To speak.
yeah, brava, to speak. And like, because our kids, they do it so much. And at a certain point we don't do it anymore, and I think that it's if we and if we would do it more, we would be more connected, on a more simple level, or on a more heartfelt level. Because at the end of my workshop, I see how the people are, like, we do a kind of gallery view of the work of the others, and everyone look up the work of the other and see himself in that. And there is also a lot of, compassion, and and all this kind of activity. I think that they, I feel at least that I maybe do my part in raising a little bit the energy in a moment when we
Yeah.
really need it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like through the drawing, it's or painting, it's like a deep connection,
Hmm.
and between the stories that we told us about us and about the other people. So it's
Hmm.
swift. We connect direct with other art. Mm, nice. Yeah. Mm. What what do you want to tell the people listen to us now? Do you want there is something else you want to tell or to show if you don't
Mm.
want to speak. um,
Um, what I want to say. I want to say that I think that mm, mm, yeah, that I was surprised by this word emotion. So, like, how emotion are connected with movement, and I liked it a lot. And I think that if we could again mm, connect more with our uh, body, and our um, movement, and connect with our creativity again. Yeah, this is the other word that I like a lot. Our ability to create. That is not just other human beings. That is not just, but is also creating like art creating, um, yeah. And when we connect again with this power, like with this fire that we have inside, we also expand somehow, and we are able to connect more also with the others in a more empathic way. So I will continue with my mission
Yeah.
to do this more and more. And I hope that, um, I hope that other people will join.
Yeah, yeah, I hope too. And I just want to say, so emotion is movement, um, and you know, as human being, we are sometimes really afraid for movement because we can't control it. Uh, and so I just think when we work with our feeling and our emotion, maybe it's a way to trust our emotion, to learn to trust it. You know?
Mm. Yeah, yeah. Learn to trust our emotion. It's uh, eh, yeah, and that the emotion are often so so clear and so uh, so our body knows. So
Yeah.
our body knows. This is incredible. So our body knows. Our body knows. And then this somehow could like, and also the other thing is that our body is everything. Also our mind is our body, no? Like, so everything is, we are not disconnected, but we are all connected. And so like to just act as a human integrated.
Yeah, and trust the movement and learn again to trust. We can finish like that today.
Yeah, something that I really loved in our in social presence in theater practice, sometimes you end with you share a movement at the end because you can talk with words or you can talk with movement. So sometime at the end of the practice, instead of saying a word, like when we finish a call, you can also share a gesture, we say.
Mm.
So we can also um, and then before sharing that gesture, you connect, um, and then you feel if there is a gesture that is emerging.
I love it. Thank you.
Thank you
And
so much.
and you know, at first you said share a gesture, and I was on my head. Yeah, oh, I love it. I want to share. And after it takes this time to come in your body, and so to take this time, and the gesture was there are no need more a gesture. It was everything there. So and I opened my eyes and it was so nice, you know. Yeah, it's yeah. Thank you for what you do. It's so really important. These simple things to come to us again and to follow what's I have the picture of the flower, you know, like to put a seed and to have
Oh,
what's about. Yeah, thank you.
thank you so much for giving me this space.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. And thank you to have yeah that you was here in the Congress for hair therapy, and it's for me it's really important to have artists too because we speak the same language, I think. Uh,
Yes,
and yeah, and thank you all people to listen this, and you have everything
yes,
about Anna under the video. You can ask questions too, and we will answer it. And you can share what this was for you, how it's looked like for you, what do you heard, listen. What do you feel? Which gesture you have? Yeah. Thank you to be there.